Hi, I'm Mr. Champene. This is my third year here at Seneca. This year I am teaching English 1, English 2, and public speaking. First, for the English 1 and English 2 courses, they're run, at least in semester 1, pretty similarly. Basically, the way we like to think about it is the course is broken up into 3 segments. The first being vocabulary. So on any given class period, we'll spend about 20 minutes or so with isolated vocabulary work. After that, another 20 minutes or so is spent on grammar and language. And then lastly, about 30 minutes on short story work. And with that short story is typically where we do a lot of our writing, and we try to implement some of the skills that we learn in grammar and some of the knowledge that they gain in grammar and in vocabulary into that writing. In both English 1 and English 2, from a writing standpoint, we like to kind of start small and do a lot of work with single paragraphs, single body paragraphs, with the thought of, if they can master the single paragraph, once they do master that, we can move on to a bigger writing assignment, such as a 5-paragraph essay, and so on. Overall, I would say the course objectives, as I kind of highlighted there, are to become more familiar with the literature, hence the short stories, to be able to read those short stories and think critically about the piece of literature that they're reading, to improve students' writing, to implement those, as I said, those new grammar skills, and then build on the vocabulary. So that's pretty much it for English 1 and English 2. Of course, the content is a bit different between the two. The curriculum in terms of the stories we read and the levels of difficulty obviously progress as we move into English, from English 1 to English 2. In terms of public speaking, this course is a little bit different. It's the first time the students have taken any sort of public speaking or speech course at Seneca. Over the course of the semester, we run through about 10 different speeches normally. Each one have varying time parameters and topics, and different sort of stresses, different terms that we learn and throughout the chapters, throughout the notes that we cover. Usually the class runs where we spend a decent amount of time taking notes over a particular chapter, although there's no real textbook. The curriculum is modeled after a typical textbook in which we'll cover a chapter, we'll go over it, usually have some discussion about those concepts. I'll assign a speech, and then students will have the opportunity to work on the speech in class. There's a decent amount of time for them to work on these speeches, so they really shouldn't have too much work outside of class to do if they're being productive in class. I spend a lot of time helping individual students with their speech topics and coming up with ideas and helping them construct a quality speech. The objectives for the students by the end of the semester is to construct a sort of thoughtful, well-developed speech, whatever specific speech we're talking about. Evaluate other students' speeches, which is something that they commonly do. They'll critique other students and give them positive feedback and things to improve on. By the end of the semester, they'll be able to construct and evaluate arguments. And lastly, and maybe most importantly, to critically analyze their own beliefs, their own opinions, their own values, and be able to sort of defend those. That's pretty much it for public speaking. For all classes, I'm here to help. My email is nchampagne@senecahighschoolhs.org. That's nchampagne@senecahs.org. I'm also willing to set up a Zoom meeting if that helps. So please contact me if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to a great semester. Thank you.